Treating ADHD depends on several factors, including age, the severity of symptoms, co-occurring disorders, and the overall impact on daily life. In general, we recommend a multimodal approach that combines psychoeducation, behavioral interventions, and medications when necessary. When it comes to children, remember there is a high heritability, up to 78%. So if a child is diagnosed with ADHD, it's very likely that at least one of the parents may have ADHD. If you are a parent with ADHD, you can best provide care for your child if you first address your own condition. During infancy, providing lots of nurturing touch, like skin-to-skin contact, is key for healthy brain development. Some of you may remember back when some experts recommended the cry it out sleep training method. The idea was to let your baby cry for longer intervals so they would learn to sleep on their own. I tried it once. I sat outside my son's room, listening to him crying, and I was crying too. I told myself to wait it out, but eventually I just couldn't. I couldn't wait anymore. So when I opened the door, I never forget, I saw him standing on his crib, facing the door, wailing. He doesn't remember, of course, but I do. And now, learning more, I fully agree with Dr. Gabor Mate that these mini traumas, if they are repeated, they negatively affect the children's developing brain. As children grow, focus on building important skills like executive functioning and age-appropriate independence by structured plays, consistent routines, and plenty of positive reinforcement will help. As they get older, we need to identify and nurture their interests and strengths and support them. There's a website, kedag.ca, that's a great resource for finding great coaching programs. If a child's symptoms significantly impair their performance at school, their social interactions, or if they have behavioral problems, earlier treatment with medication might be necessary. Some research suggests that early treatment may help normalizing certain aspects of brain structure and function. Early treatment can prevent mood disorders, addictions, and other negative outcomes. For more details, you can see my previous video on consequences of what happens if we don't treat ADHD. Becoming adults, these children who were not diagnosed or treated for ADHD often face challenging life circumstances. They may be exposed to various traumas, pressures, stress that can lead to ongoing anxiety, depression, PTSD, sleep issues, and physical symptoms such as chronic pain, migraine headaches, chronic fatigue, GI issues like IBS. Their brains become conditioned to react to life situations in specific ways, often reflecting the caregiving patterns of their own parents, who may have struggled with similar issues themselves. Although medications help in addressing neurochemical imbalances and can significantly improve daily functioning in adults with ADHD, changing these long-established neural patterns and brain habits is more difficult. It takes steady, daily effort, practicing mindfulness, cognitive behavioral therapy strategies, and learning other life skills. That's the best way to rewire the brain over time. Speaking of lifestyle, regular exercise has been linked to increased levels of BDNF in the brain, which helps the growth of new brain cells. A protein-rich diet supports the production of essential amino acids needed for producing those neurotransmitters, dopamine and norepinephrine. Protein also helps stabilize blood sugar level and reduce sugar cravings. Structured routines and early attention to sleep issues can all play key roles, and all are as important as medications. Many adults eventually develop effective coping strategies to manage their daily life, and for milder cases that may be enough. But for those with more severe symptoms, medication is usually necessary for proper daily functioning. To understand the neurochemistry of brain in people with ADHD, imagine your brain is like a busy office where different departments, mainly prefrontal cortex, basal ganglia, and limbic system, need to work together smoothly. Two key neurochemicals, dopamine and norepinephrine, act like messengers that help these departments communicate. Dopamine and norepinephrine are neurotransmitters that play a key role in brain function. Normally they are carried and recycled, I would call recycled, by specific transporters, which regulate their levels in the brain. Dopamine is vital for motivation, focus, and a sense of reward, like when completing tasks. Norepinephrine helps maintain alertness and attention. Stimulant medications increase the levels of these neurotransmitters by blocking their reuptake, or let's say recycling transporters, meaning dopamine and norepinephrine remain active in the brain for a longer period. In people with ADHD, there isn't enough of these messengers, especially in areas that manage focus, planning, and impulse control. This shortage delays communication between brain regions, which can slow down the process of regulating reactions and make the brain's office work less efficiently. Even though they are called stimulants, for someone with ADHD, they actually help the brain function more efficiently, like a well-organized office. With improved communication between different brain regions, the part responsible for impulse control receives inhibitory signals more quickly and effectively. As a result, a person becomes less impulsive and better able to focus. What do we expect to see? By increasing or normalizing the level of dopamine and norepinephrine in the brain, these medications help noticeable improvements in attention, focus, and impulse control. Individuals become more organized and effective in managing daily tasks. Many people experience better academic or work performance and improved social interactions. In my next video, I will discuss the ADHD medications in more detail and answer some of the most common questions, such as side effects. What are the side effects of medications? Do I have to take medication all my life? What are the potentials for abuse and misuse? How about pregnancy and breastfeeding? So stay tuned.